From Nutrien Ag Solutions, I'm Senior Meteorologist Andrew Pritchard with your Canadian Prairie weather story for Monday, October 30th, 2023. We've had our first dose of winter make its way into the prairie over the last 7 days. Some snow sweeping across the region, and now we've got jet stream flow doing something like this, bringing a whole lot of colder air, cold, dry air across the prairie, and that's actually plunging deep into the United States now on the heels of a potent cold front sweeping across the region. Looking at precipitation right now, it is rather light, and that's going to be the theme for the week. We've got the chance for some flurries, maybe some light snow as we get later into the week, but not looking at any corridors of significant snow over the next 3 to 6 days or the next 4 to 7 days at this point. Temperatures still quite cold across the region. We're seeing those sub-freezing temperatures, the first push of widespread sub-freezing temperatures of the season, and we'll see those temperatures kind of moderate some as we head deeper into the week, but still kind of near average, maybe a degree or two above, a degree or two colder than average here as we head through the next 7 days. Looking at the last 7 days of precipitation, again, we saw those corridors of snow. We saw some early week rain across parts of southeastern Saskatchewan and southern Manitoba. We saw that Monday, Tuesday corridor of snow across southern Alberta and southern Saskatchewan. And then later in the week, we saw another round of snow lifting out of the northern plains of the U.S., spreading into, once again, southern Saskatchewan and southern Manitoba. We then saw precipitation continue further south across the northern plains. We saw some heavy snow across that region, with showers and storms continuing off to the south across portions of the Great Lakes and the Midwest U.S. Now, as we look at the next 7 days of precipitation, this is kind of a smoothed, averaged outlook from the European ensemble. Again, much of the action is going to be focused across coastal areas here, and then well off to the east, with right in between relatively dry, relatively quiet conditions. Precipitation across the prairie, we do expect to see some, especially as we get later into the week, but it is expected to be on the lighter side. Total snow over the next 7 days, again, light snow expected across the region, some flurries, maybe some minor accumulation as we get deeper into the week, into the weekend. Now, here's the jet stream pattern driving all of this. The very strong jet stream flow associated with all of the precipitation of last week. And then as you look at the flow across the prairie right now, well, it's coming out of the north, so it makes sense that we're a little bit colder to start off the week. Let's take a look at what the jet stream does as we head through the next 7 to 10 days. That'll kind of spell out the pattern. The big picture, the big story, I should say, over the next 7 to 10 days is jet stream flow out of the northwest. This is just going to keep that feed of cooler, drier air in place across the region. This is as we get into now Friday, getting into Saturday and Sunday, November 3rd, 4th, and 5th. It's at that point that the flow becomes a little bit more zonal. What I mean by that is we lose the northwest flow here, and we start to go a little bit more west to east across the region. That's going to start to bring some disturbances in from the Pacific Ocean, and that is what will start to ramp up the chance for more organized precipitation, maybe some minor snowfall accumulation returning to the prairie as we get into the weekend and then early next week. Those temperatures over the next 5 to 10 days. Again, the coldest air surging into the region over the last 3 to 4 days. We saw that lingering over the prairie during the weekend. And then as we head through the next 7 days, it's really going to be kind of shots of cooler, dry air mixed in with, maybe a warmer day or two, with those temperatures getting a degree or two above average. As we look at the moisture within the atmosphere here, we're looking at precipitable water. Again, all of the deep moisture now well off to the south and to the east. We will see that feed of Pacific moisture return as we get into the weekend and early next week. And again, that kind of times out with the next chance for minor snowfall returning to the region. So let's look at the precipitation forecast. We'll tie all of this together as we start off the week. Again, that chance for some flurries across especially eastern portions of Saskatchewan, central and southern Manitoba today into the overnight. We'll look for quieter conditions Tuesday into Wednesday. As we get deeper into the end of the week, this is when we start to see those disturbances start to make their way back in from the west, from the Pacific Ocean. This would be Thursday into Friday, maybe looking for some snow spreading across the region. We see additional pushes of jet stream energy and some moisture coming in from the Pacific as we head through the weekend. This would be November 4th. This is now getting into November 5th, 6th, and 7th, early next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So there you really kind of have it. That chance for some flurries early this week, probably going to be pretty quiet though, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, with the chance for light snow increasing again across the region Friday into the weekend and beyond. We'll look at snow accumulation from the European model. Again, that chance for some flurries in the east, that chance for light snow in the east on Monday and Tuesday. Quiet midweek with the chance for snow once again to spread across the region. This is early, I should say over the weekend into early next week. Let's go ahead and let's look at this one more time, just timing it out. You can see the date up in the top right here. Here's your Monday, Tuesday snow across eastern Saskatchewan, central and southern Manitoba. We're talking about a dusting, maybe a couple of centimeters, 5 centimeters at the most across the region. Quiet Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, not talking about any snow accumulation across the region until we get into Friday and Saturday. This is when we start to see the forecast beginning to include some disturbances coming in from the Pacific, that chance for some light snow. This is then getting into Saturday and Sunday, maybe talking about minor snow accumulation spreading across the region once again. We'll look at the European and the GFS ensemble forecast probability of picking up more than 3 inches of snow through the next 7 days, so through November 6th. And then we see those probabilities, again, quite low. Maybe we'll see that increase in confidence as we get closer to the weekend. But again, a lot of this is 4 to 7 days out, and it's not really looking like anything significant, any sort of disruptive winter storm, at least in the next 7 days. Anything like that would come after next weekend. Here it is, left and right, the European on the left, the GFS on the right. We're talking about minor snow over the next 5 to 7 days. Anything heavier than that coming over the weekend into early next week. Those temperatures, again, variable day to day as little disturbances make their way through, embedded within the upper level flow. Generally near average, though. Looking at highs in the lower single digits, those overnight lows falling below freezing in Calgary. Same look here in Edmonton, highs above freezing, lows below freezing. Very typical late October into early November pattern. Saskatoon, very similar. Regina, you'll struggle to hit that 0 degree mark as we head through the rest of the week. A little bit of snow on the ground in the area. In Winnipeg, very similar too. Those high temperatures a couple degrees shy of the freezing mark as you head off to the east. A little bit more in the way of snow on the ground there, and that chance for some minor snow over the next 24 to 48 hours. I hope you have a wonderful week. I'll talk to you again next Monday morning.